Welcome back to the season 2, if you can believe it, finale of So You're Ready to Date. I have loved every single episode we've done this season. I just feel like we're hitting our stride. We did really we hit all of the major points that we were hoping for. And really, we want this season to have ushered in a holiday season of hopeful relaxation and fun when it comes to your dating life. But we really love kind of closing our season out by highlighting our favorite moments so that it can kind of become this cliff's notes of which episodes do I want to go back and make sure I listen to get more and even a deeper sense and understanding of what we were talking about. So we're going to kind of popcorn back and forth between the two of us as we talk about what our favorite moments from the season have been. I'm going to kick it off. One of my favorites was from our first episode when we we're talking about a profile refresh. Now it gets really easy to be like, I made this profile. It took me forever. I don't want to touch it. I don't want to think about it again. But as we come into new and changing seasons, it's a beautiful opportunity to update your profile based on the season that we're coming into. So as you come into fall and those first part of winter, how can you showcase that in your profile? And it's really an opportunity for you to take a step back and be like, has my profile been serving me? If it's not, how can I tweak it so that I'm attracting more of what I want? So, always taking those opportunities when you can to refresh your profile so that you're consistently putting your best foot forward, but maybe putting more and new information out there to start attracting the right people.
Yes, I think that was a lot of fun, a great reminder, and a really good episode as well. But just the moments where we're talking about some of that and some of the sparks there, I also love that episode. But I think my top pick for this season would be avoiding self-sabotage. We really talked about awareness of what you're looking for and paying attention to what you want in a relationship and how those past patterns can come in and sabotage your current relationship so that you are looking for things that are going wrong in your relationship instead of things that are going right. And you're looking to fuel that, you're looking for proof that fuels your current beliefs, and being able to take a step back and really examine what you believe about your relationship and what you believe about your significant other, and being able to turn the tables and avoid that self-sabotage before it starts. I think that was probably my top favorite for the season.
That was one of my favorites as well, because I think it's something we all very much relate to, is that I'm going to do this before the other shoe drops so that I can nip it in the bud before it's really an issue. So if you haven't listened to our self-sabotage one, that one I would suggest going back to. I think probably easily our favorite and most fun episode was the one about the gift guide.
Oh,
We
for
just
sure.
I think we probably could have talked even longer about that. And we're going to do gift guides more in the future because I feel like that's kind of our sweet spot a little bit. But using gifts as a way to maybe show that person a little bit about you, and also as a way to maybe do something kind for that person that you're seeing.
And I love that episode too, because we really brought in how you can showcase who you are. You get to spend time doing something that you thoroughly enjoy doing, and you get to present this gift to your significant other that may have a lot of meaning without a lot of dollars attached to it.
Yeah, without a lot of dollars. We tried as best we could to be kind of cost conscious because, again, this does not necessarily have to be something that breaks the bank, but it's just something that you want to show to that other person. One that kind of, I think, hit particularly close to home was our New Year's Eve episode where we talked about how to be, I don't want to say dateless, that was not right. How to approach those major holidays, specifically New Year's Eve, when you're single, maybe you don't have a regular significant other and some of you're seeing exclusive, and stepping into kind of the power that comes with, nope, I'm going to do this thing on my own. I'm going to create my own traditions, and reminding ourselves that it is okay to be single, not only on the major holidays, but year round, but how you can really turn up the dial on making being single awesome during the holidays.
I love that. And you talk about creating your own traditions and doing your own thing over the holidays. That was a great episode. And I think that flows very seamlessly into another one of my favorites, which was our guide to keeping your relationship from going stale, just different date ideas and how you can freshen things up. And we had some really, really fun and creative ideas in that episode for things that you can do that are a little bit outside the box that would take the edge off or take the staleness off of the Netflix and chill date.
Yes, that's still sometimes kind of outside my comfort zone where I'm like, oh, you kind of get into the habit of like, I know which ones are dates are pretty easy to do. But I think that one is a great reminder that regardless of whether you're starting to date or whether you've been with somebody for a significant period of time, there are always ways that you can refresh that relationship. And even though you may want to refresh that relationship, we also talked about the flip side of that is like, when is it time to say, yep, we got to cut this off. This one isn't for me. That's for our last couple of episodes and difficult ones to think about and have to talk about. But it's about being brave and knowing what in your gut and in your heart is best for you and how to step forward into that and to do so with a little bit of grace and kindness to yourself and to that other person.
What I love about the thread through our episodes is that they focus a lot on dating and how it all pertains to dating, but it's all that self-awareness. It's all that internal work and really bringing that awareness to the different things. So really understanding when it is best to call it off. And we didn't refer to it as the KISS method in our last episode, but we probably should have. But last week, when we kind of rounded out the season and talked about the simple method for breaking it off, being really aware of the way that you're presenting the breakup in order to have a clean break and in order to respect yourself and your partner, was one that I thought was really important. And it was a top moment or top episode for me, kind of the whole episode, because we really got a chance to talk about how to be respectful through that process. And I think that's a hard conversation for a lot of people to have, and really understanding how to approach that hard conversation in a way that is empowering.
Right. And just because it's the holiday does not mean that you don't have to have these exact kind of conversations. I mean, maybe you're putting it off until after the first of the year, but this is one of those conversations that happen anytime. They're not just for one particular time of year. So empowering yourself to really take control of your destiny and getting out there and knowing when and how best to say, no, I think this is done.
Yes, absolutely. And knowing when to say that is one of the most empowering things, and being able to stand in your power and actually follow through and close that door when you're ready to close it is awesome. And that's what we want for everybody, is to be able to walk through the doors that are there for you and close the ones that aren't meant for you.
Absolutely. So as we start to tie this nice big bow on the end of our second season, we wouldn't be able to do this without all of the wonderful people who listen. I don't know how many of you are. We're not going to talk about that yet. We're just getting our legs underneath us, but the feedback we've had has been amazing. And so we have had a few couple of questions and a couple of ideas come through. So we're excited for what's to come next. But as always, if you know of something that you want us to cover, you have a topic, you have a question, you want us to expound more on something, so you're ready to date at gmail.com. Let us know, because we want to make sure that what we're covering is what you need to know. So always hit us up on that. We'll put our social media down there as well. So if you feel more comfortable sliding into our DMs, you can absolutely do that as well. We'll happily take feedback from wherever form we get it. And if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribing to the podcast. If you feel so inclined, we would love for you to rate and review us so that other people can find us and figure out just how amazing the two of us are and get more of our wonderfulness out into the world.
And again, we just want to say Thank you for being here. We hope you've had a wonderful holiday season. We appreciate you coming along with us through that season. We're going to take a couple weeks off and we will be right back at it in 2 weeks. So come back and see or check out our season 3.
Thanks, everyone.